And now, Kyle and Steven present another episode of the Go F Yourself podcast.
It's Fix.
Really? Well, that's embarrassing. The Go Fix Yourself podcast.
Happy 2022. We are back. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's already started off on quite the note for this new year.
Yes, man.
We just couldn't go right.
If you've been following, you realize that we were supposed to be back last week with a new episode, but we had to push off another week. Kyle, would you like to tell the audience why?
IBS, explosive diarrhea, for 7 days straight.
Oh, yeah. It's been both of us.
Yeah.
We both got it.
Both ends. It was just never ending. I didn't know I had that much stuff in me.
I didn't know you could pee, poop, and puke at the same time.
It's actually possible.
Yeah. Triple P, baby.
Well, we unofficially had the vid.
Yeah.
And that is not a sexually transmitted disease. That I looked it up. I wanted to know how you could transfer it to somebody.
Did you
else.
actually look that up?
Yeah.
Oh, and
it was kind of, I mean,
technically, if you're swapping spit with someone, you're gonna give it.
But if you wear a mask while you're doing that was the thing that was going around. If you're going on Tinder dates and you're hooking up with people, you should still wear a mask. Yeah,
dude, I don't know. That's a little too far.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah,
but. Yeah, we had a couple positives in the old households.
Yep.
And
same. It's the exact same time. We haven't seen each other. I mean, this is the first time I've seen you this year.
That's true.
Technically. And so, but it was kind of crazy because we had the positives in our house. And then I was like, oh, hey, we got to cancel. And then I think it was like the next day.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, we got to, we got it too.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird.
It was very weird. And it's been just not a great week. Being sick is never fun,
no.
And especially with this where we're got like, oh, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to risk anything.
I think that was the weirdest part. But actually, I since I was in New York and I traveled, and that's where it came from. I'm pretty sure the flights.
Yeah,
right?
dirty East Coast.
Because I keep getting notifications. I don't know about you, but I keep getting notifications because I was around so many people in New York City and stuff like that. That like if you're around someone with an iPhone,
oh yeah, they can track
and then because you just have to say, hey, I have a positive test, and then it alerts the people that were like within 6 feet of you for longer than 15 minutes, which I didn't even know they did.
Yeah,
and so I've been having a few of those like within the week of like being in New York City. It was just like been like bing bong, bing bong. Those are my notifications.
I've been sending out like just little cards to people and say like, congratulations. You've got COVID from
You got it.
You got it. Welcome.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I've been trying to stay away from anybody.
Yep. And we're only together right now because we both were in the same predicament.
Yeah.
And it's like, past our quarantine date, and so it works. So don't come at us with pitchforks and torches because people would do that.
I agree. It's like we both have chlamydia right now. It's like we can't give it to each other.
How did you know?
But we took a week off from the podcast because we were like, hey, new year, let's take a week off. And then this happened, so we took 2 weeks off. And then I told, who was I talking to? Maybe Molly, that I was just like, we can't miss this one because then you're headed down a dark path.
Yes.
It's like skipping workouts or skipping diet days where it becomes easier and easier. And then it's like, why? We just missed 2. What's wrong with 3?
No.
What's wrong with 4?
No, let's not spark that up.
No, I understand. But I'm just saying that's what happens to people, especially in the new year. It's like, oh, I'm going to start my diet next month.
Yes.
And it's always pushed off because as soon as you skip it, you realize how easy it is.
I think it was either, we talked about it on here, is like, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to start my diet on Monday, it's like, why? You don't even want to do it. Because like, why not start today?
If you really wanted to get it, you'd start right
Bingo.
This instant.
Yes.
I'd go in the bathroom, throw up all the food that I've had today.
Oh, no. Where you're talking about bulimic?
That's my diet.
That's how you look so good.
Yeah.
That's the... Oh.
Don't eat.
Okay. All right. Well, the Kyle diet.
I'm putting out a book.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kyle and Steven presents Kyle's diet for
how to have IBS and bulimia. You will be skinny.
Well, let's cover really quick. How has your 2022 been so far? We're in the
I don't know. I mean,
the
I feel
big twos.
I feel good. We've talked about a couple
Yes.
things, and I'm not going to say everything, but most of it is the social media diet that I've been on.
Yes. Yeah, you talked to me a little bit about it, and you've actually inspired me to do something.
Yeah, I've inspired
Which I
so
wanted to
many
talk
people.
about.
It's crazy. I just DM here, DM there. And I'm like, I can't check it because I'm on a social media diet. But no, realistically, like I just looked at some numbers that were pretty scary. And I encourage everybody to do this.
On screen time.
Screen time.
Yeah.
And see what apps you're spending time on. And if that time is being well spent. If this is something you're interested in optimizing, even though I hate that word. But
Optimize.
Yeah, I was spending upwards of like, I'm embarrassed. I'm straight up embarrassed to say it.
Say it.
I like
Give us the numbers.
Yeah, I'll tell you because I've stopped. But 6 to 8 hours a day on social media.
Just on social media?
I think it was like phone time. Like that includes like messages.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
So
So just phone time in general, 6 to 8 hours.
but probably 8 hours on phone time. But a lot of the social medias were like up in the 6 hours, and I'm like, what am I getting out of that? Like, what besides scrolling and entertainment? Like, that's such a big way. And I'm like, I'm giving myself excuses of like, I don't ever have time to do this or that. And I'm like, well, there's 6 freaking hours that I've wasted every day.
Yep. Yeah.
And
the swiping, man, it really is addictive. Mm-hmm. I find myself, especially on TikTok, and I'm on Twitter now a lot more.
Yeah.
I find myself literally just being like, well, maybe the next thing will be better. You know what I mean? Or like just keep going. And it's constant. So you shared with me what you did. Now share with the people what you have done to kind of combat that a little bit. How did you fix this problem?
Yeah. First off, I do want to say on TikTok, I used to play a game with myself that I would get off TikTok as soon as I saw something that made me laugh.
What? That's the...
And so I would scroll.
Oh, like you would end on a high note.
I would scroll
gotcha.
until
Okay,
something
yeah.
like made me laugh, and then I could shut it off. And it was like TikTok knew because they would just hit me with the boringest crap, and I'd be like, come on. And eventually,
Gotcha, bitch.
something would be funny. Be like, okay, I get up. Well, maybe there's another funny one.
Yeah, that's where I get it. Like,
Yeah.
I get sucked in with like, oh wow, well, like that was a really interesting tutorial. Like I want to see what next.
Another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you do is you go in your settings and there's screen time, and you can set limits on just about anything or downtime when you should have your phone down. And I just picked Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I didn't put Twitter because I'm not on Twitter really that much at all. And I just put 2 hour max a day, and it notifies you when you're getting close.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like a little game where I try not to stay on there too long.
Well, so here's the thing. When you told me that, I was like, I have that for Facebook and TikTok already. I've had it, but literally it's like I had it for TikTok 45 minutes, right? And I would just hit ignore. It'll be like, hey, you've reached your screen time. I'd be like, ignore. I want to watch more. I'm not ready. It's like mid video, and it'd be like, you've reached your time limit. I'm like, fuck you.
Mine gives a 5-minute
piece
warning.
of shit.
Yeah, you're a real big piece of. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of defeats the purpose if you're just going to ignore the warning.
Well, but so what I have realized, because you told me you did that, so I was like, okay, well, let me look into this screen time thing. So I did it as well. 2 hours for this, same thing you did. But what I've realized is it makes your apps disappear too.
Yeah, it makes them go dark.
Which I was like, oh, that's actually a little bit more like do I really need to do it on Instagram right now? No. So I've been, because I was inspired by you, I sent you that DM and I said, hey Kyle,
what are you doing?
Thanks for
because I just press ignore every time that warning.
Thanks for inspiring others. But no, it actually kind of is nice.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. Like I haven't exactly been more productive. I found ways around that.
Yeah.
I told myself, hey, when you have that urge, go learn something, read something. You can still be on your phone, which I don't know if is even the healthy alternative, but like look something up, read about something. Yeah. And I've been doing that, but I don't feel much different. So it's a test.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing how it goes.
I like it. Well, I think I've started off 2022 well, right?
Yeah.
So I did this social media thing kind of like, but this is like, that was very recent. That's in like the last 3 or 4 days. So it's very, very new.
3 or 4 hours. I am new. I'm fresh.
I just did it before we hit record. No. So, we get back from New York. Surprise, your heat's off. Your heat's not working. Right? So we're like, okay, great. And so poor Alicia, she gets home. We had horrible flights, right? We were stuck in that whole like traffic debacle. And I think it took me around 40 hours. It took her around 30 to 40 hours to get home. We were on separate flights. I was in Seattle for 12 hours, Juneau for 10 hours. I want to talk about that. But anyway, get home. It's 40 degrees in the house. She's like, okay, well, I'm gonna make a fire to at least warm it up. Well, the freaking chimney and everything is so cold because it was like -3 out. Like it literally just filled the whole house with smoke. And so there was that issue going on. And then we got the, positive test result. And then computer died. But I feel pretty good about it because it was like out of all the weeks that we could have had COVID go through, us.
Sure.
I was like, it's great. I get to catch up on work. I get to like cancel everything. I get to focus on what I'm going to do. I get to, make some stuff that I've been wanting to make, kind of do that stuff. And I've been waking up at like, thankfully New York has the 4-hour difference. So when you come back to Alaska, like 8 a.m. is noon in New York time. And so we were waking up 7 a.m., 7:30. I was getting so much more done. And so I'm really feeling like that is a good way to keep going because what we would do is we would wake up super early, have like a nice hour or two, and then we go on a walk, no matter if it's super cold or, snowing, go on a walk because I am really bad at that. And then I've been journaling every morning and reading the Daily Stoic every morning. It's just like, I feel like, okay, all right, let's hope.
You're getting optimized. I gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm kind of excited because I'm like, all right, it's New Year time, even though it's like, I shouldn't be like, new year, new me,
Mm-hmm. You're going to be getting so many DMs from people. You've inspired me. You are an inspiration.
So I'm kind of like, we've had some negative issues happen. Like I said, the heat's still not fixed.
Obstacle is the way.
Here we are a week and a half later. It's still not fixed. They can't figure out what the problem is.
Alicia's dead from hypothermia.
I don't know. I
haven't talked to her in a while.
I haven't seen her. She was in the house somewhere. I don't know where she is.
She's been sleeping for days.
She's a little tired.
Yeah.
The travel took it out of her. Anyway, I feel good about it. But another thing before we switch over here, that long layover in Juneau. I was like, hey, everybody, I'm stuck in Juneau for 10 hours. What do I do? And I didn't have like crazy winter gear, so I couldn't go out and do much. It was like -8 there. It was insane how cold it was. But someone was like, go to Alaskan Brewery, and I was like, you know what I should do? I should just DM Alaskan Brewery and be like, I have my camera. Do you want to go out and shoot some content? Or can I come over and make you a video? And they were like, and actually surprised.
Nope.
They said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, they're like, get out.
Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah.
That's not a quote. No, they did not say that. They actually said, yeah, let's do it. And so I met the social media manager and we went out for basically 5-6 hours, just filmed some content. He brought some beers over and we were just filming the cans and him drinking it with a great scenery in the background and walked through downtown Juneau and just taking videos. It was fun.
Good.
I was like, it was like the tail end of that horrible travel excursion, but it was kind of a nice way to end it because I was like, it's, a good connection, but also it was kind of fun just to like actually have that layover be a little bit profitable. You know?
I could see that. Like Alicia's at home freezing to death, trying to get a fire started. Like, Steven, it's horrible. It's horrible here. You're sitting there with a beer, like next to like the water with this guy drinking. Yeah, oh God, I'm struggling too.
Dude,
that's exactly what happened.
That is exactly what happened. I felt so bad because but there's nothing I could do. Literally, what can you do?
Way to make yourself feel better.
I mean, I told her that. I was like, I felt so bad when I was like at lunch alone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 10 hours. And I was like, she's just like miserable.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, well.
Steven, I'm cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, baby.
Well, one of the things that I've been working on lately is our wedding. right? So I'm getting married, and you're in my
Oh,
wedding.
yeah.
You knew that. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I did have a freak out moment, though, a little bit ago.
Why?
Because I was thinking the date was 2/2/22.
Oh.
And I was like,
That's really close.
yeah, because I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what's today? January. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's really soon. I would be kind of freaking
I just
out a
kind
little
of
bit.
blanked first. I was like, no. It's
222. We went for the most. How many twos can we get in a date? You can get at least 5. No, 1, 2, 3.
6,
6?
7. Well, technically 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah. So we were like, how many? We asked the universe, how many twos can we get in a date? Like, and they said 8.
8.
And so we're like, we'll take that. We'll choose that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I've been working on my vows.
Ooh, yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's a thing, people do. And I'm actually feeling like I've been like literally as soon as I asked her to marry me in New Orleans under this beautiful tree during golden hour.
Yeah.
It was magical. And I've talked about it here and you should go listen to that podcast. But, basically I've been working on my vows, but there's some things I'm like, okay, well, what am I missing? So I thought it would be kind of fun.
Roses are red.
I found I got some papers here.
Ooh.
I found some Mad Libs to help me write my wedding vows. Don't look at it.
Oh, okay.
It's a secret.
Yeah.
And so basically, I'm gonna ask you.
Oh, I'm really bad at these because I'm like adverbs.
That's okay. We have time. Don't worry about it. And I actually. Can I be honest? When I looked at these, I was gonna do this last week, of course, and so I've had this idea. I was like, adverb. What the fuck's an adverb? I had to look it up.
Dude, I had to look
really
it up. Bad at
You
that.
can look it up. I'll give you some time to look it up.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I have one wedding vow Mad Lib, kind of short, and then I did find. So I asked you recently in the last week to do a speech.
Well, you didn't you said, are you willing to do one?
I kind of I don't know how I worded it, but also at the same time I was like,
I think I'm supposed to.
Yeah, I would appreciate it if you did.
Okay.
And so I thought it would be kind of fun too because I have like this how they met Mad Libs. And so basically it's like a speech kind of like, oh, when, Steven met Alicia, it was this and that. So anyway, we can do that.
Okay.
And then recording on time, I still have another Mad Lib. I just was like, this would be a fun idea to do in the podcast.
Oh, boy.
Help me write my wedding vows Mad Lib style. So,
But I just want to be disgusting with all the adjectives and adverbs and everything.
yes, just please. Let's go crazy.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's just no censorship. Nobody gives a fuck.
The problem is this is
piece of shit.
we've been watching MacGruber.
A lot of MacGruber.
The problem is this is going to make me and maybe you look like an idiot because
Probably.
my English is.
Yes. No.
I'm
That's
just
okay.
so bad at adjectives and adverbs.
Okay. Well, speaking of adjectives, I need one adjective.
Okay. Let's say, and I've never done one of these before, so they can.
You never done a Mad Libs?
No.
Get the fuck out of here. What?
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I have been saying that for a lot.
Let's see.
You can look up a list too.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of
Something to describe something.
describe the noun.
Yeah. This is
Like,
going
because
a
I'm
little
trying to think of like wedding.
Going slower. Don't worry about the wedding. Just give me a random adjective. I shouldn't have even said wedding, but I wanted to set it up as far as like this is where my mind was. Like I'm like
Okay,
writing my wedding
blue.
vows. Okay, that's not a. Is that it? Okay.
Describes a noun.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a noun.
Not ring.
Another adjective.
Attractive.
Okay. Proper noun. Look this up. What's a proper noun?
Well, proper noun would be like
Proper.
yeah,
Very proper.
New York.
Okay.
I think would be a proper noun.
And then a plural noun.
We are just.
What plural noun?
I'm sorry, every English teacher I ever had.
Yeah.
I'm a moron when it comes to English. What was the next
Maybe
one?
I should have warned you. Plural noun.
plural noun. Let's do kisses.
Oh.
I'm trying to keep it like.
And another plural noun? You don't have to worry about wedding.
Yeah. Punches.
Okay. I like that. Now we're getting nitty gritty. Just needed a warm up.
Yeah.
Another adjective.
Orally.
Oh, yes. Okay. Another adjective and a noun.
Let's do. And what if I messed up? I'm trying to think. We'll do sexy
Oh, I like it. That's a good adjective.
mouth.
Okay. All right.
Unrelated.
Oh, this is going to be good. All right. Verb.
Cursed.
Unpleasant noun. Like
Yeah. Witch.
no, give me like
Unpleasant, like gross.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say the first one. Fart.
I'm gonna put it. And then a feeling and emotion. Give me two feelings and emotions.
Sorrow and happiness.
Okay. All right.
Opposites.
Not bad. Verb.
Cut.
Another verb.
Shoot.
Another verb. Hump.
Yeah. Thrust.
Oh yeah. See, that's the stuff I'm looking for. Feeling. Like what's a good feeling?
Nervous.
You feel? Okay.
Or I don't know.
Another feeling.
Shy.
One more feeling.
Ecstasy.
I like that. And then a period of time.
The 1700s.
Give me like a minute, hour.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll do decade.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Here are my wedding vows
Dear
to
Alicia.
Alicia.
Dear Alicia.
So, Alicia, if you're listening, please turn us off so you can be surprised on our wedding day. I, Stephen, take you, Alicia, to be my blue wife, my constant ring, my attractive partner, and my love from this day forward. In the presence of New York, our kisses and punches, I offer you my orally vow to be your sexy mouth in sickness and in curses, and cursed in good times and in farts, and in sorrow, as well as in happiness. I promise to cut you unconditionally and to always shoot and thrust. You make me feel nervous and shy. Can you imagine saying this? You make me feel nervous and shy. And most importantly, ecstasy. I look forward to the next decade of our lives. Not bad.
I think that works.
Actually,
I look forward to shooting and thrusting.
Dude, I think one of my favorite parts is I offer you my orally vow to be your sexy mouth.
What was the one that was something? Oh yeah, I promise to cut you unconditionally and always shoot and thrust.
That's good. Well, good. All right. Well,
my first Mad Lib.
Yeah,
well, I think welcome. So. Like, I don't think I've ever,
dude.
I've always seen them, but I just
it is better with a group because like more people can do it. So I was just relying on you, and you had to think. So. Not the most exciting thing to listen to in the beginning, but I think that was pretty good.
It came together.
What if I actually like said something that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's probably like, Steven, like listening. Like,
no.
She's probably listening, like driving her car, like, you better not.
Yeah.
You
better not. I'll cut you unconditionally.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, vows are like an interesting thing because they're just. You want to speak from the heart, but at the same time, do you want the pressure. I just remember thinking about my vows. I was like, what do I want to say to somebody that is also not been said before?
Yeah,
that's hard.
That is the one thing I'm falling into is like I'm being like, I promise to love you, and it's just like I like it is. So I'm that when things come to me, which is like random times, I just keep a note on my phone.
Yeah, you do.
So like I am keeping a list of like stuff that I'm like, okay, and then I think maybe like when it gets closer, then I'll start to compile all this stuff together.
Yeah, because we did vows in the sense like, do you take and I did read like a little something to Aiden because obviously I was kind of inheriting him.
Yeah.
But
that, and I remember that was a tearjerker.
Yeah. But I look at it as like, okay, you guys are entering into love, and as much, and
we've already been we've entered.
You're entering into
love.
A contract now.
We have gone through the gate. We are now entering the tunnel.
You guys are the thrusting and the
yeah.
The way I look at it is like, there's been billions of people that have been in love. And so like it's very hard for you to say something that's different or that somebody has never experienced when so many people have almost experienced, if not the same thing. So that's where I was like, I don't want to say something that is cliche.
Yep.
So I went with the most cliche thing and did our vows through. But I was just
a word generator.
Yeah. We're doing Mad Libs, baby. But I mean, I just think if you love the person, I think your wedding day will be a blur for you.
That is kind of what I'm bummed about because I'm like, we've been working over these details and like putting stuff together and like, there's going to be like so much stuff and so much happening that I'm like kind of bummed about because I know everybody's gonna like,
it's going to be so
everybody's
quick.
saying like, try to be present.
It's hard.
I know. And that's the one thing. So I'm just going to be there and try to be as present as possible.
I think you'll be present, but I think it's so quick. Like, your time flies when you're having fun.
Right.
And I mean, it's like, you get in there, you do your vows, and then it's the party and you're dancing. And then it's like, boom.
Done.
And it's like, holy cow.
That was gone. That's gone.
We just planned all this for months. And
goes a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, the money, whatever. But I remember I was so nice the next day after our wedding because we stayed down at Captain Cook.
Yeah. I remember.
We woke up and we're like, hey, let's go grab breakfast as a married couple. You know, we'll go down. And we went to the only restaurant that was open is that little one. I can't think of the name. It wasn't Snow City or anything like that. We go in there and I'm not usually like somebody that I wouldn't say helps people, but like when somebody is like,
oh, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, we were in line and a lady tried to steal something in front of us.
Oh wow.
And
you were like, go for it. And you open the door. Like, you open the door.
I'll cover.
I'll distract.
No, and I just remember I was just like, asked the guy. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I was just in such a good mood. I was in such a good mood. Right? I'm there with my wife.
Toot doodaloo doot.
And I just offer. I was like, I'll pay for whatever she took, and because the guy was gonna like.
Oh, that was
be mad.
Really nice. So,
it was something like that.
Do you think that good attitude came from like it's over?
No, it was just I was happy to be like, you know what? I
got this ring on my finger.
All this planning is just like, boom. Yeah. We're in it now. And I was, you're just happy.
Oh, I think that's the one thing I'm really excited for. I mean, of course, like there's.
And then she stabbed me when I walked out.
Oh, sick.
You got money. No.
Sick. That's awesome. Sick story. No, I'm excited because I'm like, we're still like, we do, me and Alicia, we do a lot of things together anyways. And so we're basically a married couple, but I think the ring is a big, I don't know, just like
it's a symbol.
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. A big symbol that it's like, that it's like, it is legit. Like you are mine and I am yours. Like I'm not going anywhere. And so I'm very excited for that. And I like my ring too, so I picked it out. I'm like kind of like, it looks good if I do say so myself. But yeah, no, I'm excited, man. It's gonna be a good day. And then like. we were worried because we invited like 50 more people than the venue can hold, and luckily we've gotten a lot of no's because it's on a freaking Tuesday.
Yeah. No, I know.
In the middle of the week. So it's like we're asking a lot of people, especially if they're traveling from out of state. And so we realized that. But
So speaking of wedding rings, Molly gets really mad at me because I don't wear my wedding ring a lot.
You're wearing yours right now?
No.
Oh.
I have this irrational fear of
That you're gonna see the love of your
that I'm gonna
your
get
celebrity crush.
my finger de-sleeved, like the ring caught on something and then it tears. Have you ever seen that?
Oh my gosh!
I just have this.
Is there a movie that you
I've
watched?
seen it, like lots of pictures of it. Where
What do you do? What you googling that?
I have,
Oh,
like
why?
where people like climbing ladders.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Now I'm
Oh
petrified.
my God. Look it up.
Oh,
it is
man.
so like. There's one where a guy like
Well-
trigger warning.
Yeah.
He
50.
Yeah.
Skip.
fast forward 15 seconds
Yeah.
if you don't like this. He jumped off a ladder and got his ring caught on like a hook, and it pulls everything besides the bone off,
Nice.
and
Nice.
the
Oh, the
vein
nerve.
that came with it. So it's like
Brutal.
the sleeve
Okay.
of this. Yeah.
So it's over 50 seconds. All right, good. Welcome back. Welcome back
So-
to those people that skipped.
That's why I don't wear my wedding ring a ton.
Here's the thing. So there was one thing I really wanted with my wedding ring. I didn't want it to be too bulky. Because you know those
Sure.
all the men's rings right now, I'm like you go and they like stick out like a fucking like half an inch. Right?
Okay.
They're huge.
Yeah.
And they're, different colors and designs. And I'm just like, I want it very sleek and slim. So it's like basically flush with my skin. And I don't want any design on it. I just want it plain silver. Like I just want it to be shiny, like so I can be like, girls, I'm taken.
Yeah.
But also I didn't want it to be like super like, in the way
Sure.
when I'm filming or whatever. And so I kind of thought about that stuff. So I didn't want it like super bulky. I wanted it very slim and sleek.
Yeah, and I also take it off like when I golf, so I'm always
That
taking
makes
it
sense.
on and off.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
And then I just I don't want to lose it, so I don't try to move it too often.
So where do you keep it?
in my golf bag.
In your butt.
Yeah.
In your butt.
Yeah, in my prison wallet. Nothing ever
It's
gets
up
out
there.
of there. Yeah.
It's up there.
So I watched a very interesting documentary this past week that I really have been putting off for a long time because I've heard a lot of people say you need to watch this if you like messed up stuff.
Oh.
And of course
Is
I
this
do.
another skipping thing? Should
No.
we tell people to skip?
No, this is just, it's a very, it's dark, but
like
it's
it.
good.
Okay.
And it's
Lay it
called-
on me, baby.
And you may have seen it. It's called Dear Zachary.
No, I've seen it advertised though.
Yes.
I haven't watched it.
So I think I was getting it confused with another movie that's not a documentary called We Need to Talk About Kevin. And I told you about that one with John C. Reilly.
Oh yes,
It's very
yes,
dark,
yes, yes.
messed up movie.
Yeah, not gonna watch that.
Okay, but you should because it's good, but it's dark. Anyways,
maybe we'll
but
see.
this one, Dear Zachary, I was intrigued because it is a documentary done by one guy who composed everything, who was a friend of the main character in the movie.
Yes.
He composes everything, did everything, and had the foresight to record just so much. He was making movies as kids. So the premise of the movie, and I
Do you know the guy's name? This sounds really
I don't,
familiar.
but I looked it up, and I forget it. I'm trying to decide what to tell, and I think from the get-go, this is he grew up with this guy who ends up getting murdered, and essentially he has been making movies and fun content with this guy that turns into be a spectacular person growing up, becomes a doctor, and he gets murdered by his girlfriend, essentially
wow.
a crazy girlfriend.
Oh,
What you come to find out,
bummer.
yeah, it's like, and this guy was a best man in everybody's wedding. He was one of these guys that was just
man.
like funny, magnetic.
So sad.
Awesome.
That's definitely a sad premise.
And it's
to
like,
start the
oh my
movie
God.
off of. Yeah.
Yeah. And you kind of find out right from the get go this has happened.
Yeah, I heard of this. I've seen. So I think it's on Netflix.
It's on Amazon Prime, right?
Amazon Prime. Yeah. So I've seen like the tree.
Yeah.
The tree graphic.
And it's essentially the whole movie is set up because this crazy woman that kills him is pregnant with his child. that she murdered.
Twist.
Yeah, and his name is Zachary. And so this guy is
okay.
making a movie
Okay.
for the son.
Oh, I love that premise. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I mean that's upsetting, but also at the same time,
Well, it gets worse, but I'm not going to go
Gets
deep.
worse.
Way worse.
oh,
It's worth a watch.
Well, give me a rating 1 to 10. Kyle,
for a documentary,
Kyles. How many Kyles does it get? 1 to 10.
and we can't do 3 Kyles. That's bad.
I mean,
I'm going to give it a 7.5 to 8.
7.5.
Like for a documentary.
8 Kyles.
It was very good, especially how you see like this guy. I mean, was tracking since they were kids. Of like, I just think about what we're doing. You know, like we're shooting footage.
Yeah.
If I died, how much footage would you have casually of me?
I would say, I mean, not like insane amount, but
No.
I mean, like with all the stuff that we're doing and we have done,
Sure.
I still have all that footage, bloopers and all that stuff. So I mean,
some.
but because we're like in the business, it's a little bit different for us.
It was funny because he's shooting on tapes
Yeah.
when they're kids and they're shooting movies.
Oh, I love that.
And this kid that dies is very just energetic, animated, and you could tell like they had scenes where like they're 12 years old and they're like saying the F word for the movie, and he's like he was allowed to curse for the movies but not out, or stuff like that.
I love it.
And it's really good how he just like traveled across the U.S. to like interview people that knew this guy and grew up with him, family, all this stuff, and collected all this stuff, made the movie, and then the movie had to change at the end. And if you watch, you'll know why.
Yeah, I'm actually intrigued. I'm actually very intrigued because
Do not watch it probably with Alicia.
okay, interesting. All right.
Maybe.
I mean,
it's just
I probably
know
won't.
what she probably doesn't like.
Yeah, and that's probably like she's not a big fan of like dark or like violence
Yeah.
or stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Very. I mean, normal.
I'm not going to ruin it, but I just was so fascinated with that because it's like, imagine you are setting out to make a documentary and then like a huge wrench gets thrown into it.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
So
okay,
he was in the process of making this documentary, and then
after he died, he was putting together basically a video to present to the baby.
so basically after he I gotcha. He wasn't in the process of in the beginning.
No, he
Before
just
when the
had
guy was
a
alive.
bunch of
Gotcha.
childhood footage and all this stuff. And I believe like the subtitle is like a video or a father's message to his son or something like that.
Yes.
Some subtitle.
A
But
letter to a son
letter.
about his father.
there you go.
Interesting.
I was almost there.
Man, that is a crazy concept though, because it's like she was pregnant. Oh man, but she killed him.
Yeah, it was a very weird like relationship thing. He had just became a doctor as a young doctor,
man.
got residency,
Hate
I
it.
believe, and she was like 20 years older than him. It was like a weird relationship, and she murders him in like a parking lot, essentially.
Oh man, how?
Yeah, it's just messed
Like,
up. It's just a messed up story.
Yeah.
And then when she has the kid, then his parents basically get into this fight with her about who should have the child as custody.
But
because
I mean,
she's
like,
crazy.
She's in jail.
She went to jail, but then she gets out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
the
so there's a bunch of
justice
legal
system.
justice, and this is in Canada, they're over on the East Coast, not Nova Scotia.
Like Maine.
But, yeah, it's somewhere like right up, I forget.
Toronto.
Newfoundland.
Oh, over there.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Is that it?
No
Whatever.
idea. No idea. I try to like
It's like
act like I
Upper
knew
East.
what you were talking about, but I honestly have no idea. Canada is like a blur to me. I know British Columbia.
I know Vancouver.
Toronto and Vancouver, and that's about it.
So
There's a lot of nothing.
I would suggest watching it because
Okay.
the story is good.
All right.
And as a filmmaker kind of process, I thought it was very interesting.
I do like that. I'm very intrigued about the one man band kind of thing. I
Yeah.
do like seeing that because that's one of my downfalls. I'm realizing in 2022 is like I never like I want to do everything myself.
Sure.
I don't trust other people, and so I think I'm also going to try not to do that this year, and like be like, hey, well, I want to do this, and I don't have time to do this proper. Can you do this or whatever? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's like I do like respect because I know how hard it is to do a one man band kind of thing.
Sure. And just how he weaved the story where it's like everybody's talking very happily about this guy.
Yeah.
They're like, he was the best. And then it cuts to a very dark where it's like, and then we got the call, and then it's like all the sad
story. Good
and then
story.
it goes back to, it's like kind of like
interesting. Yeah.
And it's just emotional roller coaster for that. And it's just good. You should watch it.
I'm intrigued. I watched a documentary called 14 Peaks on Netflix.
I watched The Alpinist.
Yeah. Or no, that's the
14
Alpinist.
Peaks is another
sorry,
one.
Not 14 Peaks. That's the one I was going to watch. The
Marc-Andre
Alpinist. Yes.
Lafleur?
I watched that one.
Really
Which is
good.
crazy. I mean, this is kind of a spoiler, but I mean, if you look it up, he dies.
Spoiler, he's dead.
They were making a documentary of him, and he passed away. Now, I knew that before even going in, so it really didn't change the whole story.
I didn't, actually.
Okay, well, sorry to people. Spoiler alert. We did say that.
I'm just saying, I was like, and Molly didn't either. I made her watch it, and we were just like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but it was interesting because, literally, so he dies in Juneau.
Yeah.
And I literally, I'd watched this documentary the next day I got back from Juneau, being there for 10 hours.
Like, he flew up
and
to
I was
Juneau.
like, holy crap. I literally videoed, I looked on it. I had footage of that peak.
What is
that
it?
It's a Mendenhall Glacier,
Mendenhall,
but he was in the Mendenhall Mountains or something like that.
Yeah.
So he was on this specific peak. And I'm like, I have footage of that peak. And I was like, I was literally right there. Literally in my shot, his body is somewhere there.
Probably
Which is crazy.
Crevasse of
it's
some
just
sort.
crazy. It was crazy to think about. I was like, how crazy of a coincidence. Phenomenal documentary, though. Definitely recommend that one as well. Look at us being old and talking about fixing our social media habits.
And we are watching a buttload of movies.
Yeah, documentaries, though. We're smart.
We're learning.
But also watching MacGruber, man. Loving that.
It is pretty good. I also will not climb without a rope, though. Probably.
Oh, absolutely never. I will
never.
Well, first off,
ever.
I don't think I'll ever climb.
That's probably true too.
Yeah, I've climbed. I've done it in a rock gym, but I will never. I don't think I'll really go that far and be because I'm not afraid of heights, but when I'm
some of those shots
when
were
I'm
insane.
40 feet up high, I got nervous. I'm a big boy. If I fall, it'll hurt. And so, having
you'll die. You'll die.
But I'm saying, in a gym, even if I fell 40 feet, it would just really, really hurt because you're on pads. 40 feet in the real world is a completely different thing.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, it's a life or death thing. I'm not. I live in Alaska.
I choose
love
life
it, but
for right now.
I don't know if I need to go out and do that.
We covered a lot, actually, now that I think about it. We did a little catch up.
Yeah.
You made me do a Mad Lib that I'm only guessing my English teacher is going to be like, Kyle, you freaking moron.
Does he listen to the podcast or she?
Oh, yeah. I know it. All of them do.
Yeah. No, I think that was good. We went to Second City last night, the improv. So that's where my mind's been. Improv. Very inspiring. But yeah, no, I'm excited about this new year. I'm excited about this podcast. We've got some ideas. I mean, we always have ideas. I'm excited about our videos. And so it's been a good, first few weeks. Thank you to the people who are sticking through.
Yeah.
And watching our process.
We're going to hit you guys so hard this year.
Oh, man, we're going to thrust and punch.
Punching and thrusting and
we're gonna punch thrust.
Oh.
I don't know what that is, but I'm in.
I've seen it.
And speaking about punching and thrusting, you should go punch that rate button or.
Oh, geez. You said rate, right?
Rate. Oh my god!
I was like, oh,
holy fuck!
How about we press the subscribe button?
Subscribe button. Yeah, yes. Okay. There's my call to action.
Any of those. I was like.
Subscribe. We would love you guys to subscribe and actually review the podcast on Apple.
Any of those.
All that stuff. We really, like I said, we have cool ideas, big ideas. And that if we're going to ask you to do anything and if you're willing to do anything, that would be very, very appreciative. Because we really do, we've been doing this for over a year now. This is our first, full, past a year, right? The new year.
It's an investment.
And there have been people who have been listening since the beginning.
Yeah.
And so to those
Thanks,
people,
Josh.
just Josh and my mom and my dad.
Yeah,
They're sticking
they're the
with
all-stars.
it.
What I want each of you to do actually is you go onto Apple reviews, and I want you to leave one review.
Take your pants off.
You can leave your pants on for this one, but you leave your own Mad Lib on there.
Oh.
Tell me a letter. Or no, tell me a word for each review. You know, a noun in one review, a verb in another review, all 5-star, by the way, and a couple of adjectives in separate reviews.
Yeah. And actually just, just keep making iTunes accounts.
There's 45 reviews of one word, 5 stars.
This sucks.
Yeah, that works too. I'll take that.
And I hate it.
Whatever.
But they're all 5 stars. So
All 5 stars.
We appreciate that.
Well, we thank you guys for tuning in. 2022 is going to be a big year
Banging, baby.
you want it to be.
It's going to be thrusting.
You're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to take your social media down to 2 hours and maybe just throw away your phone. That's what I want to get to eventually. I don't even want to have a phone.
But review us before you do
Review, then throw the phone. So we will see you guys next week. We love you. Happy 2022.
I love you too.
Night.
Thanks for tuning in. Kyle and Steven will be back with a new episode next week. In the meantime, check out GoFixYourselfPodcast.com. And remember to always go fix yourself.